Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
It's never easy to see a great player, a truly great player like LaDainian Tomlinson has been throughout his career, go through the last few seasons of his career limping along as he has. But all the work that he's totaled throughout his career has definitely caught up to him. It was definitely noticeable to see in 2008, but we wondered, is it the injuries? Is it just that he needs to get back to health because he was on that turf toe all season? What's the deal here? But last season, at first, early in the offseason, around this time in June, I was in his corner. I was definitely in his corner. I thought he could return to somebody being a good, productive player. But by August, even I had to admit that he was shot, as all I had to see was in their third preseason game. He wasn't looking very good in the first couple preseason games. He was stumbling all over the place. But then when they went in their third preseason game, they had to go to Atlanta and play against the Falcons in the Dome. And the team held him back from playing in that preseason game because they were concerned with the toe. As soon as I heard that, I told people to bail on him, that he wasn't going to be, even in my estimations, not that there were a lot of people that maybe didn't think he would return. But when I saw that, I knew for sure he wasn't going to be the guy. And boy, was that ever true. He put out a thing on ESPN saying how he was going to be back, before he played the Raiders that week 1 game. I'm back, I'm this, and then he gets an injury that game, and he just never was back, and it was sad to see. Sometimes a great player, he's the last person to really see that his game is fully shot. So with Tomlinson, his game is shot. He had to move on to the New York Jets after, for the first time in his career, he failed to get over 1,000 yards rushing. I think he only had a 3.3 yard per carry average. He did still have a decent touchdown total. That was nice to see. It kept him as a guy that was worth at least a flex play option throughout the season, as he was getting that going last year. But this year, he's with the Jets. He's going to be the third down back on the team. He's already struggling in camp, as it looks like he's lost his explosion. People have been out and open saying that, this guy, it was noticeable to see that he had nothing left in the tank at the end, and I believe that does hold true. At first, even this offseason, I thought, well, in this situation, maybe as a backup, he could get, healthy with some fresher legs. Maybe he's only carrying around 100 carries, and he could do decent. Who knows if he can get back over a 4-point-yard per carry average, even with this team, but he's not going to threaten Sean Green at all. I look for Sean Green. He's moving up our boards. Now we've got him as the number 7 running back for you to take in your league, as Tomlinson clearly does not look like the player he was. He's not going to return to being anything like he used to be. He's going to be in a smaller role for this team, and that's where it lies. So I say all those things. Don't take Tomlinson at your draft. Stay away from him and make him prove that he can show some resemblance of bouncing back. And if he does do that for some reason, then he might be worth a waiver wire stash. But at this time, it's just not going to happen until we see maybe Green go down and he gets an opportunity to maybe start on this team.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football.